Welcome to News Now Alberta. This is Special Ed. Today we're looking at a Saskatoon man who has no arms and got a seatbelt ticket even after explaining to the officer that he can't put it on and that he has a doctor's note. Now, this got me angry.
A man in Saskatoon is taking issue with a ticket he got from the police. They fined him for not wearing a seatbelt. Thing is, the man has no arms. He lost them 28 years ago, and like many amputees, he's learned to cope. He's driven a specially modified vehicle for years and says it's pretty obvious he can't do up a seatbelt. As Crystal Gamansing reports, he's demanding an apology from the police.
Steve Simonar lost his arms in a boating accident years ago. The 55-year-old, however, has no problems getting around Saskatoon. One thing he can't do driving alone in his modified truck? Buckle up. A $175 violation he was ticketed for last week.
Smart people prevailing, this ticket should just be taken away, but the constable was not having any part of it. He said, "I'll do this again."
Simonar met with the police and says the ticketing officer went even further during their meeting.
One of his comments was, "You people want to have everything, have it your way in." Thought, you people? That's just another stupid comment that never should be said.
The chief is now involved.
I'm more than open to talk with him today, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Clive Wayhill says if the officer's conduct was offensive, an investigation will be launched. As for the seatbelt issue, there are medical exemptions. Simonar didn't have one.
If a person wants to apply for a seatbelt exemption due to a medical condition, what SGI needs is a letter from the person's physician just outlining why an exemption is required and also providing information about the medical condition.
But Simonar wants to know why he was ticketed in the first place. He says he's been pulled over before and no one has asked for papers, nor has he been ticketed.
People say, well, why don't the police just pull the charge? Once the charge has been processed, it's a court record. We have no authority to just ask the police now to come and pull the charges.
The Crown prosecutor can kill the ticket, but if not...
But today, I'm fighting that fight.
Fighting not to drive without a seatbelt, but for respect. Crystal Gamansing, Global News.
Stephen Simonar, who drives using a specialized wheel and stirrup, was pulled over in a routine police spot check. He said the cop was ignorant and looked like he was having a bad day. He pushed his authority around and ended up giving him a ticket, even though he could clearly see there was no way the man could put a seatbelt on. Nobody ever gave me a seatbelt ticket because, I can't wear one. I can't put it on, he said. Simonar said the officer was abrupt and told him if he couldn't wear a seatbelt, he shouldn't drive. At the time, police spokesman Alison Edwards said the officer had no choice. Simonar didn't have a medical exemption, so he had to get a ticket. We had to issue a ticket to someone who we really didn't want to issue a ticket to, but we can't just simply look away and say drive on. But other cops did that exactly when he got stopped, that they see he has no arms, and they let him go. Now the driver had a doctor's note since the accident, but he was not aware that the rules had changed and now the doctor had to fill out a certain form from the insurance office for this to be legal. The officer's name was not released, probably because he would be shamed for being so stupid. He also sat down with the constable and his supervisor and demanded they rip up the ticket and apologize. They refused and Simonar left the meeting even more angry. So he had to take a date to go to court for something so stupid. The Saskatoon prosecutor's office withdrew Steve Simonar's ticket after he was granted an exemption, allowing him to drive without a belt. Simonar went ahead and filed a complaint against the officer and the station. What do you think of this? Let me know in the comments. Check out my Patreon where for $1 a month you can get my videos in a week in advance with other perks coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.